What's going on, everybody? So it's a new day. I believe it's Wednesday, I think is what the day is. Day doesn't matter. So I've done a few things. I got some parts in, as you know, or may not know. I went ahead and done this. Now, in one of my previous videos when I did recessing it, I had my mass airflow sensor like right here. And some of you may or may not comment on the other video at some point. Not many people have watched it, so but eventually somebody will say it. I have actually moved. My brother had mentioned it at first, something about the heat, so I moved it down here. So that's taken care of. Got my little connections here now. They're in. I got my filter. Got my fittings in, as you can see. They come up here. Now, whenever I got this one right here, beware. This one had no O-rings in it. I actually had to install my own O-rings into it. I turned the key on and it just was gushing fluid out, and I was like, what the heck? I was like, and then I get to looking at it on the inside and there's no O-rings in there. So just something to think of. Let's see. Yeah, you saw that I recessed my radiator. I got this full of water. Yeah, pretty much. I didn't hook up my transmission cooler lines because since I moved it back, they're actually too short now. Figures. But that's okay though, because I'm going to be mounting an external one because the lines just, there's no way of running them and not being really close to the exhaust when you're coming up, you know, to the engine bay. So I'm probably going to mount one back here. There's a Mishimoto right over that I can mount right over here. That'll be external. It's like $100 and something bucks. It's not bad. Probably what I'm going to go with. But today, what we're going to do is I want to get my idle just right. So basically what we have here, and let's go to the monitor real quick. Okay, so what we got here is what I'm going to be trying to set is my desired airflow for my idle. I'm going to be doing that in park neutral first, and then I'm going to be doing it in gear. Now the thing about this when you're doing this is that you have to you actually have to do it when it's cold. You have to start it up because what you're going to be doing here is you're going to be filling out this table here. Now for me, this is showing in Celsius, so all right, and so that will save. Let's see here. We want to save this. This one. Yes, because I changed all of the other ones in this, and so I want to have this in here as well. That way, whenever I'm doing this, I can copy everything that comes up from right here, and just go and I can paste it right over here. As you can see, you have gear and you have park and neutral. So I got to do this twice. So I'm gonna have to, do this, let it cool completely down. Luckily it's cold outside, so that shouldn't be too hard. And then I get to do it in gear, where I get to just sit here in gear and let it warm up. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let's see here. Let me go back over to the scanner. Connect to the vehicle. Alright, and go to... Alright, so we got this going on now. As you can see, we're letting this populate. As it heats up, it'll populate each field going down. We are only at a temperature of 73, so the next time we'll see it populate is when we reach 104. And I've seen one thing I'm not sure about, but look at my spark degree. It is just like everything else is nice and flat, but that spark is just jumping around like crazy. So I don't know if that's something I'll have to figure out. Maybe it's normal. This is the first one I've ever looked at, so it sounds a lot better now that I've actually got a lot of the stuff in now. And I had an exhaust leak on one of the pipes that I put in. And I fixed that, and it sounds so much better, as you can hear. You can actually hear me talk to you. But yeah, I cannot touch anything. I cannot touch the throttle. I cannot do anything while this thing is running. Okay, so until it gets done, I'll let it run until it reaches its max operating temperature. Like when it stops climbing anymore, that's where I'll stop it. I'll probably do it again in the summer when it can actually populate a little bit further on. I'll just actually, you know, whatever the number is at the last digit, probably 176, or if it can get to 212, that'd be great. Then I'll just continue that number on out to the rest of them. See, it populated that one. Now it's working on that one. So we'll sit back, wait, see what happens. I'm not gonna put you through all of it. I'll probably do a fast, you know, like a speed run, you know, like a time lapse of this taking place. So let's get to that. Record. All right. So, and we'll just start this up, and we'll let that thing populate. All right, everybody, I don't know if you can see me or not. It's pretty dark out here right now. It took a while for it to cool back down all the way. But so what we're gonna do is the in gear idle desired, you know, whatchamacallit, you know what I'm saying. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna crank it up, and I have wheel chocks, I have railroad ties, I have my e-brake on. It's not gonna go anywhere. I'm gonna put it in gear and let off the brake and just let it sit there until it gets up to temp. And then like I did on the other one, I'll take that information and put it into where it needs to go. All right, so far it has populated, yeah, just those two. It's only up to 100 degrees, so it'll be populating 104 here very shortly. And then, yeah, like I said, it'll most likely only go up to 176. And that is where we will be probably, you know, I'll let it get like 180 something, 184 when the fan kicks on. And yeah, because it's around here, it's kind of cold right now. And when I did it last time, it didn't get above 190, I believe is what the temp was. That it just hung there. So sorry if the camera was wobbling there. The motor idling is just sitting there, just rocking the whole vehicle. It's kind of cool. So I'm gonna let this keep going, and I'll come back to you. All right, y'all been here for this entire time. So what I'm gonna do is click right here, shift all the way over this way. Right click, copy. And then what we're gonna do is gonna go right back over here, and we're gonna go to engine. Oh, hang on, I gotta do something first. before I touch that. Let's go ahead and disconnect from vehicle. Alright, so now that we're over here, we'll go back into here, and we were doing it in gear, and it started off at 68, so we're going to click right here, and we're going to go to 176, because that is what it went to, and then we right click again, hit paste, and now it's changed. So what we'll do right here is we're going to change these three to 40.0. So we'll click that and go over that way, and we're going to go up here, we're going to go 40.0, and then you hit the equal sign, and boom, now that is carried on out. And I should go ahead and down here and do the same, do this one at 33.1 and continue it on down. It's never going to get to those temps, so I'm not that worried. Let's see, 33.1, and then the equal sign again. So there we go. So now they're all consistent. Once it gets to that point, it'll just continue on out that way. Yeah. So that's really all I got to do in this area right here. I do need to write it to the vehicle now. That's why I disconnected it from the scanner, so that now that I've got that, I can come over here, go to write to vehicle, and I'll go ahead and write it to vehicle. It'll go do this, and when I get done, I need to save it too. So sorry, it's kind of got an echo. You're getting the laptop mic. So, and the fuel pump, and it's done. So now we hit close, and we can exit out of here because we are done in here. Oh wait, no we're not. Remember I said I gotta save it. Save. So now we're done, and I'll go over here and I'll hit that, and we'll leave this here. We'll actually, first I gotta disconnect the, I don't know if it's something you gotta do, but I like to turn the ignition off for at least 15 seconds after I write a tune. I don't know if it's necessary. That's how it was always done when I had those handheld programmers, so I keep it up. Guys, so that's really it. It kind of took all day because all having to let it cool down and everything like that, but now my idle is set. Like I said, I still need to figure out that whole timing thing, why it's jumping around and whatnot. I mean, I went back to the stock tune, but it's open headers, and it's also got you know, I believe it's got some bad O2 sensors, so I need to replace those as well. And it's also running an intake, so it's got different air coming in than what it originally did. So it's just a few different things. Just kind of trying to smooth out this vehicle so that whenever I take it out, I also noticed that like the hanging idle, I thought that was something to do with the vehicle itself, but what it actually is my throttle cable. That's what's actually hanging. So I think I can reroute it a little bit, and it might help it some. We'll just have to see. I'll mess with that tomorrow when there's a little bit more light, because you know, it's kind of dark out here now. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up and get on out of here. Let's see, I gotta stop this and disconnect from vehicle, and then yeah, I can get out of that. All right, so guys, remember, hit that subscribe button, like button. Y'all aren't here watching this, nobody ever makes it to the end anyway, so I'm maybe speaking to like 3 or 4 people maybe, but yeah, later.